Hi, Dayna here with Stella Haus Films. I make beautiful wedding films and creative branding commercials. And welcome to Stella Haus Top 5 Wedding Day Hits and Misses. So in the past week, I took a poll on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook, and I asked people to comment on my video or private message me about the number one thing that they were grateful that they spent money on their wedding day. And what was the one thing that they wished that they had spent money on their wedding day? And I got 48 responses in comments and instant messages. 25 people commented about photography and video, whether they were grateful that they spent money on photography and video or they regret not spending money on photography and video. I didn't hire a reputable photographer. I hired a beginner photographer and I got no pictures. I wish we had spent money on video. I wished we had spent money on a reputable photographer. It didn't even occur to me to have my wedding film till after the wedding day. I'm happy we spent money on photography and video. It was the best investment on our wedding day. And I could go on and on and on. And the rest of them, a lot more of the responses about photography and video were like, photography and video was the best investment on our wedding day. It's the only thing that lasted. That makes me very happy. Not that these people are upset that they didn't spend money on photography and video, but it just reinforces to me how important it is that your wedding day, that love between the two of you, all the people on your wedding day are remembered and captured. 10 people commented about alcohol consumption. Whether there were no positives about alcohol consumption, but 10 out of 48 people said that people got way too wasted on their wedding day at their wedding, or they began drinking way too early on that day and people were passed okay by the reception time. Some people commented that they drank too much the day before their wedding day and were hungover on their wedding day. Most of these were through private messages. And then a lot of people said that they drank too much on the wedding day. And a couple people got thrown into pools that commented as well. I was actually talking about this with a couple of friends yesterday, and I was talking about how this is one of the points that I was going to be discussing in this video, and my guy friend was like, what a bunch of party poopers, how can you not have an open bar at a wedding? I was like, my girlfriend was like, when's the last time you've been to a wedding with an open bar? People drink a lot at an open bar. It gets out of control. And there is a difference between a wedding that has beer and wine and a wedding that has an open bar. Night and day difference. People somehow keep it under control when there's just wine and beer. It's the third most popular response was people said that they had wished that they had hired a wedding planner, or they were grateful that they hired a wedding planner. And I can attest to this as well. Weddings that I film that have a wedding planner go so smoothly. Nothing ever happens. Like anytime there is a problem, that wedding planner takes care of it. So even if your venue that you rent has a site manager or a manager there during your wedding day, that does not take the place of a wedding coordinator. A wedding coordinator helps you from beginning to end. A day of coordinator is even helpful. Some people I know have hired day of coordinators, and that just make sure that everything runs on schedule, everything is where it should be, the vendors show up on time, they have a list of people to call. Even that's good, and there are plenty of those available. People, two plus one, me. So 2 people responded saying that they wish that they had not rented a vintage Rolls Royce as their getaway vehicle, and because it broke down on the way to the venue, or it broke down leaving the venue. I was at a wedding last year. I mean, it's a beautiful scene, you know, vintage Rolls Royce pulls up and the bride and groom get in, and the pictures and the video are going to be gorgeous, right? However, when that vintage Rolls Royce breaks down on the way out of the venue, it's kind of like, wah, wah, you know, and that's what happened. You know, that they eventually turned back on and turned over, but that Rolls Royce was having problems leaving the venue. So maybe consider getting a car that is newer. The other most popular response was people talking about wedding venues that they were, and there was actually no negative responses. No one responded with, I wish I wouldn't have spent money on my venue. There were 3 responses about wedding venues, and they were all positive, and they said some of the best money that they spent was on their wedding venue. That's it, people. If you like this video and you think this would be helpful for some people who are actually planning their own wedding, please like it and share it with them. And if you like my videos in general, please like Stella Haus Films. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.